All right, can you explain the runes? Yes. So I'm going to go into summons and runes. Summons is going to be the easiest part to explain. At all times, you can have 2 summons, plain and simple, right? And once your summon is on the field, you can't summon it again until it's destroyed. Or, actually, yeah, it needs to be destroyed. But even if it gets destroyed too early, there's a time limit, a cooldown also as well. There are different summons, right? As you can see on the text tree on the left-hand side, you're gonna have combat structures, support structures, support summons, and combat summons. That order is all out of whack. I definitely would recommend put like combat together and support together. This whole combat, support, combat, little weird. But then from there, I would you basically, here's some of the different options and why you need to know what you're researching, and I'll explain. So in the tech tree, you can choose one specific branch to research. That basically means as you play, as you gain experience in the game, you're going to gain knowledge through this tree and unlock things, right? So you got to be mindful. Are you into combat structures? You start with an ice tower. Earn enough experience, you'll earn upgrades for that tower. Earn enough experience, you'll unlock a fire tower for damage. Pretty OP, by the way. As far as the summons as well, there's a healer minion, one of my favorite, quite frankly. Joker saw last time, that shit was OP, especially once it's fully upgraded. But you can keep continuing forward and go towards a breacher minion. The breacher minion basically destroys towers. I don't know why he's listed as support. That sounds like something offensive to me personally. Moving forward, you got support structures. You could add barriers. This frost tower slows people down, and then a healing well, basically everybody inside of it gets healed, right? Pretty self-explanatory there, but if you want to unlock these or upgrade them, you have to switch the research to the support structure. You get what I'm coming from? And then combat summons, you got your traditional mage minion, and then you got these orc minions that are actually super beefy, really tanky, very good for pushing towers if that's what you're into, right? So I'm going to go specifically for support summons because I want to level up my healer minion. Now, you always want to go into the loadout portion. Make sure that you have a loadout, name it whatever, we'll just call it YOLO, right? Now I am gonna make sure that I have 2 healer minions because that's how we roll up in these streets. I don't have another healer? Oh my god, wait a minute. Did they change that? Give me a second.
Yeah, you can only have 1 of each.
Oh, okay, so it was broken last time, so I completely understand. All right, fair enough. So I'm gonna go for a healer minion, and then I'm gonna go for I'll go for the arcane tower. Healer minion and arcane tower is what we're gonna do for our loadout. Now I'm gonna explain the runes as simple as possible, right? You start with a couple basic runes. You can unlock more as you gain experience through the game. Very simplistic there. You with me so far, right? When you go to your loadout, I'm gonna go to my ranger loadout, which is like my ranged attack loadout, right? The basic thing that you need to understand is the big runes are the runes you unlock. And this is like a skill progression tree. The big runes are the runes that you unlock. Little runes are preset, but you can change the preset between 3 variations. For example, in the damage tree, I could do power, attack speed, or crit. Just between those 3. So I can choose, for example, the way I have it set up, I have power for my first upgrade, attack speed for my second upgrade, then comes in my first rune. And then I have power, attack speed, second rune, power, attack speed, third rune, etc. Right? It really depends on what you're trying to build and what you're trying to get out of it. So you really got to be mindful. For example, I'm building a lot of power and attack speed because I'm going to be a ranged dealer. And you guys saw I was chunking peoples. I was chunking fools left and right. But now let's say if I'm going to go melee fighter, for my melee fighter build, I start damage and tank. And I'll explain. Again, power and attack speed. Then the major rune that is actually going to give you attack speed per hit that you land, right? So the longer you're in a fight, the more attack speed you get. Power attack speed on the smaller runes. And then my second big rune is actually a wrong one. Lamau, this is supposed to be vampirism. So good thing we're here and we're able to update that. Nice. So it's going to be life steal. Then we go power and attack speed, and then we switch to the defensive side. Emergency armor. If health drops below 20%, gain more armor. And then we go health, another health for the small upgrade, and then 13 less damage from all attacks. Bet. So more tankiness, more health, and then take 15 reduced damage from all sources, including abilities. So if you get where I'm coming from, it basically starts off damage, goes into heal. Now you can have an auto path, as you see here, that you draw. Let me go to support because I haven't done anything here. See, so you can choose it to upgrade automatically, depending on your loadout that you select, or you can easily just undo the automatic and upgrade manually as you see fit. That's the loadouts in a nutshell, right? You're always gonna have 5 permanent runes out for different major effects, and then there's gonna be smaller buffs in between that you can choose between 3 variations. Long story short, if that makes sense.
All right, so we got.
I pretty much just went over the